So at that time, I will fetch query inside the query. Q1 is inside Q2. Similarly, Q1 is inside Q2, Q2 inside Q3, like this. So this we can call, or this is going to be called as nested queries. Query in the query itself. Query within the query itself. Query within the query itself. So what exactly the query within the query itself, and what is the differentiate between the queries and query subqueries or nested queries? It will fetch very fastly, firstly. I mean, this is also going to be fastly, but somewhat slowerness when compared to the subqueries. So what exactly the subquery is going to be helpful? It will execute this inner queries. Okay, it will execute on top of that inner query. It will execute the outer query. That's how it's going to be works with. Let's check about some of the basic syntaxes. How does that going to be works by using this example? Employees, departments. We have already seen this so many times. Many to one relationship with corresponding to the two tables. You can see I have a query. This is simple query, right? This is very simple or basic level of the query. So let's start from the department where location ID is equal to this percent. Then you can see we are just using the word class to understand department ID is belongs to this 1, 3, 8, 10, 10, and first name and the last name by using the order by. What if I going to use this query? So let me try to explain this. Firstly, let me try to explain this. How does this going to be very helpful to do any kind of the analysis? We can see we have a query here. Let me take a different color. Yeah, we have a query here until now, until this. We have another query here. If you observe carefully. So this is one query, this is another query, right? So what will happen? You can say this is a query one, Q1, and this is query two, Q2. So Q1 inside Q2, right? Q1 inside Q2. So for that, Q2 will going to be execute first. Okay, Q2 will going to be execute first, and Q1 is going to be execute the next. Q2 is going to be execute first, Q1 is going to be execute next. So what will happen in the Q2? Let's try to understand first. Let's try to understand first. So select department ID. Okay, I need to fetch the department ID. That is fine. I need to get this column by using which table? Departments table. Departments table. This is fine. This is I understood. What exactly the next location ID is 1700. Whoever having the location ID, I will get the department at 1, 2, 3, 4. Like some, let's take some example. So I got this information. What I am going to do? Order by. You can see this. You can see the brackets, the flower, or you can say the circular brackets are ending on this one. So wherever it's ended, this will completed. I mean, this subquery is completed. Q2 is completed, right? So we don't want to touch. This is a Q1 result. Okay, this is a Q1 query, not Q2 query. So what will happen? You are going to be fetch the information whoever having the 1700 location ID, right? So I got some information corresponding to that. I will store this information into temporary location. Temporary location. It may not be visible to you. It may not be visible to you while getting the output results. So the Q1 query until this, the Q1 query until this, okay, this is a Q1 query. What will happen in the Q1 query? Let's also understood by using this. Select employee ID, first name, last name. I have an employee ID and first name and also the last name. This is fine. I need to get this information first of all, right? So from the employees table, what I am doing, this is employee, this is just a basic employee table, right? This is basic employee table. What I am doing, whoever having the department ID in, whoever having the department ID in. So whoever having the I'm just retrieving the department IDs here, right? Whoever having the department IDs 1, 2, 3, 4, these information or these kind of the rows only I need to fetch the employee table. Need to fetch in the Q1. Okay. So this information will come like suppose the department one having the employee ID also some 100, 200, 300, 400, like that. along with along with first name last name, like A, C, Don, Jack, Sam, like there's some different values you're going to be get in the end, right? So this is the way, and we are also doing some order by with corresponding the first name and also last name. So what eventually happened alphabetically, it will be separated by using A to Z, and numerically it's going to be separated with corresponding to the ascending order or descending order. So this is a basic idea, I would say, while doing with the nested queries corresponding to the q1 comma q2. This is a very basic level of understanding of the foundation skills while computing your queries internally. So the temporal locations may not be used. I mean, may not be visible to you at the time you are going to be executing. Whatever the information you are considering from the department ID, you just retrieving the whoever having the employee ID and the first name and last name. You have to be specifically mentioned, right? Already, you have to specifically mention here itself, employee ID and first name, last name you retrieve. So further, you will get easily that data sets. You can also play around with the other others. So let's also check some other data sets with consistent the different comparisons operators we had. So equals to, greater than, less than or equal to, not equal to. We have already seen this. Let's play around with corresponding the nested queries where we're going to get the details. And we can also use maybe probably exist or not exist the operator. These are very simple. The subquery not exist or exist subquery, how does it going to be helpful? If suppose this value let me take this guy, this query and try to explain to you. So what will happen eventually?